my next guest to join us for this very important segment happens to be Bob Moran with National Grid. So we got one of the heavy hitters coming in today. And Bob, welcome, and thank you for taking the time for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Manager of Community Relations and Customer Management, so I'm sure you have a frontline view. And I wanted to start out because I think a lot of people, when they think of a company as big as National Grid, lose sight for how much work is really being done in the local communities. So tell us a little bit about the mission and what it is that National Grid is focused on as energy becomes a more important resource.
Sure. So, of course, National Grid is a very large electric and gas utility serving about 6 million customers in Mass and New York, and then a few million in the UK as well. We're a big presence in the UK, actually headquartered there. But aside from being a big company serving a lot of customers, we're also a local company. We have a lot of presence locally and folks that do a role similar to what I do as community relations. So I have a number of communities, about 10 communities in the Blackstone Valley and the boroughs area, where I serve as a primary point of contact for municipal officials, city hall, town hall, fire and police, school departments, and I help those customers as they deal with construction, service, permitting, billing, street lights, any of the issues that come up that are really local issues. I also help a small segment of very large industrial customers, hospitals, Gillette Stadium, Raytheon, customers like that. And we do participate a little bit in the energy efficiency, which is a big part of where we see the energy industry pivoting to over the next few decades.
Okay. How what would you say is like the biggest misconception that people have? So I imagine the biggest thing you hear is when the power goes out. But aside from that, in trying to help customers be more energy efficient, what's available from National Grid that people may not know?
Well, I don't want to overlook the energy efficiency programs. We do offer nation-leading, very high-quality energy efficiency programs. And if a customer's out there that maybe participated in these years ago, I would say revisit it. Call us again. Let's see what's changed. Obviously, lighting technology, we noticed the LED lighting around the studio here. LED technology has changed a lot. There are new heating and cooling strategies, industrial processes. There are a lot of measures that we can revisit that maybe were looked at previously. So I definitely don't want to overlook the opportunity of those energy efficiency programs. We also, I think National Grid has taken a bold step of putting forward a vision for a fossil-free energy delivery system. It includes renewable natural gas, renewable energy, targeted electrification, network geothermal, and a real emphasis on energy efficiency in buildings. So we see that as the pivot for the energy industry to move away from fossil fuel within the energy delivery system.
So for members who may be tuning in that know they're customers of National Grid, what steps should they take in order to explore what it is that you just talked about and how they may be able to take advantage?
Contact us through our call center, or there are a number of energy efficiency phone numbers and websites available through nationalgridus.com.
Okay.
Get those energy assessments done and implement the measures, and also pick the brains of the folks that are coming out to talk to the businesses, see what they might suggest for alternatives. We certainly want to encourage any move towards full electrification or electrification of transport. There's a lot of news around electric vehicles. We have incentives that help customers implement those. I mean, those charging systems can be a lot of investment to build a charging system suitable for a fleet of delivery vehicles, say. But if a customer approaches us with that, we can help. We can offer some incentives, and it's good for the environment. It's good for National Grid. It's good for our general move towards less carbon-intensive ways of heating and transportation.
Good. And what would you think is the biggest misconception about energy and sustainability from the business perspective that you find?
The biggest misconception?
Yeah, is it, is it, you get the sense that people think it's just so big and unattainable? What advice would you give them?
Maybe a misconception is that what an individual or a single business doesn't have an impact.
Okay.
I think that an individual can have an impact, and a business can have an impact, and really it has to be all of us working towards a more sustainable and more energy efficient economy, energy delivery system. Our vision is really to be 100% fossil free by 2050. I mean, it's going to take a lot of steps to get there, but you can act now. You can reduce your own energy. You can commit to finding alternative ways to heat buildings. Heating is a big source of greenhouse gas emissions. Mm-hmm. In New England, it accounts for almost 40% of the emissions. So maybe that is a misconception. Heating certainly accounts for a lot of the emissions and the energy use. And if we can get folks to begin the process of converting to even hybrid gas and electric heating systems, heat pumps, and electric heat, we think that's a step in the right direction.
Great. Well, yeah. I will say that National Grid has been very active in the larger biotech companies and mm-hmm. chamber members being part of discussions to see what they're leveraging and what best demonstrated practices can be shared. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to thank you for that. And please, National Grid is a very active member in the chamber. If you'd like any more information, certainly Bob is a great conduit, but we wanted to thank you for your partnership and your membership.
Happy
and
to do
appreciate
it.
you coming on board today.
Enjoy the membership
All
of
right.
the chamber.
Great
Thank
to
you,
see
Bob.
you.
You too.